Hi guys, it's Rich back with another video. What's up guys, it's Rich back yet again. And we are back again with a talking cinema video, and I'm joined with the main man,
Xavi Hernz.
And in this vid we're going to be talking about one of cinema's greatest actors and one of cinema's most unique actors. It can only possibly be Christian Bale. Be sure to check this out. So yeah, like Christian Bale, obviously known for big time blockbuster movies such as the Batman trilogy, American Psycho, and movies such as
The Machinist, Hostiles, etc. The Prestige.
Equilibrium,
The Prestige.
But one his most significant attribute is the way Christian Bale is able to transform for his roles. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, so cool. Method acting.
He's able to lose weight to really capture the characters he portrays. But one of the first films I saw Christian Bale was from the 2000 crime. It's like a crime drama.
Yeah, I'll say it's a slasher film as well. American Psycho.
He's playing Patrick
Bateman.
Yeah,
Patrick Bateman.
You know what I mean? And that was it was also starring Jared Leto. Jared Leto played the Joker in Suicide Squad. What do you think of
and Willem Dafoe as well.
Yeah, remember he was the detective in
that.
You know what I mean?
That film, I like the pace of the film.
Of it,
well,
yeah.
You can really keep up with it. There's some shocking scenes in there.
Very, very. The one when he's in the alleyway with the homeless guy. And he just it's really good. But what did you think of Christian Bale? Playing a leading man, because I think before this, I don't think he had too many as he was the main. What did you think?
It was weird. Just because I didn't expect this role, and just. I think it's because I saw the film because I was young when it got released. Obviously, you're old enough to watch them kind of films.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So it was
yeah. I always remember that cover that he had.
It was a dominant performance, even when he had those two girls around or something.
Yeah. Then what happens after?
No, it's just the funniest. No spoilers. It's just the funniest part when he's like, look at the camera.
Yeah.
He said that. He must have known that he was up to something. He just lost his head.
And it's really cool because the way how Christian Bale looks, he wouldn't look like someone who's certified insane. You know what I mean? It's when you actually start to see his
and weird, I felt he was acting like someone that was broke. Well, obviously he couldn't be broke.
Yeah.
He had to afford these girls, but he plays New York investment banker, and I don't know what is he's an American Psycho to drive him to act in such a manner.
Exactly.
Do this madness
from the whole to start beginning, but there's a lot of theories of what actually happens. Is it all in his mind?
You see him at the start of the film, he's flaunting his business cards and stuff like that.
So you don't know what's real or not. But I think the director who's let me get the directors up. So the director was Mary Herron, a woman. I think it was meant to left ambiguous. You're meant to just make your own kind of decision, how it should be received. But overall, that's was the first film I ever saw Christian Bale in. American Psycho.
I heard that the role was meant to be for DiCaprio as well.
Yeah. Do you think it would have worked with Leo?
Leo's one of the goals. He could do anything, man. But it's one of them ones. This happened a lot. I thought the Matrix was meant to be played by Neo, meant to be played by Will Smith. So it happens, man. But it's definitely one of his strongest performances.
Yeah, most notable performance.
And you could also hear he's what's that guy from House? Laurie.
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. Yeah. It's he's the way he got that. If I didn't know, I would have thought he was American. Even the same Christian Bale. He's grew up in England, but he's Welsh. You know what I mean? So like,
the way he can just change his accent, it's like
talented,
you wouldn't even think he's British dude. Yeah,
he's talented.
He's a top actor. One like Christian Bale's like our top like 5 films. We definitely have to go for the 2004 it's like a psychological film, The Machinist.
Yeah, The Machinist is a powerful film. It's just like, and it's one which you can relate to. It's like you just feel uncomfortable at your job. You're not learning. You feel
not moving forward.
Yeah, you feel you're still kind of acclimatizing. And he plays a character that he goes after work. He goes and meets this prostitute, which is like miles away from his house, and then sometimes he brings her to the place. And what happens? He traps his colleague's arm in the machine. It's just like...
So it's like a deeply disturbed character, because the character's name is Trevor Reznor, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
but
definitely. He's an insomniac.
Yeah.
Insomniac. You can see it when he's at work. He just
said
it's like he's there just for no purpose and stuff.
They said he lost 62 pounds to play, so he weighed up only 28 kg. Yeah, so if you do see any images
and then obviously 2004, then you had to put that weight back on for the Dark Knight
for the Batman series, So it just shows how dedicated like Christian Bale goes in for his roles, and it wasn't more evident in 2004's Machinist. But like, what did you overall think like from American Psycho now to this role? Because it's completely 2 different characters, but both still kind of crazy, like insane. What did you think?
One's more of you could argue slasher was even like the stuff.
A serial killer,
serial killer. A horror action, but this is more of like a psychological. This is a thriller film. This is definitely a thriller film and a tragedy sort of, because I was watching. It's quite sad.
Yeah, honestly, sad, disturbing, just very, very like a cruel kind of way. Even with the way, the film is lit, like Machinist, is that very like those kind of horror kind of feels like neo-noir films.
And it's one of them ones is that when you're at your job, you don't fully enjoy your job. You'll do it, but you won't do it to the best of your ability.
Exactly. At number 3, definitely has to be the first Batman of the Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, Batman Begins, which came out in 2005. This came a year after his role in The Machinist, where he had to lose that incredible weight to play Trevor in that role. Then almost like a year after, he put on at least, I think it was almost like 100 pounds,
when you think about it, like it would have been in the post-production of The Machinist.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it's even way before he had to get ready for playing Bruce Wayne / Batman in The Dark Knight, in Batman Begins. But like, what do you feel? Because with the Batman Begins, people gotta know is like the Batman films kind of like died in the 90s. Like Batman and Robin kind of like killed. Yeah,
the DC.
They killed the franchise when like George Clooney played Batman.
To even get a 7 on IMDb, means that it's respected. So
it's
to take your hat off to him.
It's a solid film. Especially the first one, the Batman Begins. I love the Dark Knight, the sequel that came out after, but I felt like it felt so much on Heath Ledger. Like I really like Batman Begins because it focuses primarily on Christian Bale.
He didn't even get his award, did he?
Yeah, but it's
posthumous.
He got an award for a thing. But what did you think of the?
I thought Michael Caine's performance was underrated.
It's underrated, isn't it? Like as Alfred, the butler. And even what's it, Gary Oldman who plays Jim. Because it's like an all-star cast. If you think of Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, what's his name? Cillian Murphy is really good. Yeah. Cillian Murphy. Then Heath Ledger, Tom Hardy, who's in the Dark Knight Rises.
I funny you mentioned Gary Oldman because Gary Oldman is Tom Hardy's favorite actor.
Yeah.
You said, and Daniel Radcliffe said Gary Oldman is his favourite actor as well.
He's inspired a lot of like British actors, to make it to Hollywood.
For Christian Bale to be kind of spearheading that assembled cast, if you like. And then as you said, doing it again a couple of years later with what's it, Dark Knight.
Yeah. So like the films,
Stick to Gatsby.
what I would say with a lot of the other superhero films, around that after the second film, it starts to kind of nosedive. But I think with the Batman films, especially Christian Bale.
Oh, just doing superhero.
Yeah, superhero. I think it's the most consistent of all them ones. You know what I mean? Yeah. So coming in at number 4 would definitely be like a personal favorite, not just for Christian Bale's movie, but just as westerns. You know, I'm a very big like Sergio Leone fan of the spaghetti westerns that came out in the 60s. So when this film came out, which is 3:10 to Yuma, which came out in 2007, it's like it kind of brought back that nostalgia. Nostalgia feeling.
Peter Fonda's in this as well.
Yeah.
Easy Rider.
Yeah, from thing. And like this was 5 years before Django came out in 2012. So it felt like when this film came out, like westerns, it felt like for like a small bit, maybe like westerns were gonna kind of come back into, you know, fashion and that, you know. But yeah, 3:10 to Yuma, you have Christian Bale, you have Russell Crowe,
State of Play.
You also Pierre Fonda, Gretchen Mol, Ben Foster, Dallas Robert, and Vanessa Shaw.
Ben Foster, not the footballer.
Yes. Around that. But the whole idea of the plot of the film is it's like based in the Civil War time, you know, and like Russell Crowe's character is like an escaped, you know, criminal.
I know that Christian Bale's character is really one leg.
Yeah, he has like from like I think it was in the war, the Civil War, and that. So he has to get him onto this train. So you know, Russell Crowe gets put back in like jail, and it has to be 3:10 in the Yuma area. So
moving up the story.
Exactly. So that's what the whole film entails, like the whole journey of how they're enemies, and they kind of bond near, you know, towards the climax of the film, you know. But like
they have to go through a lot of adversity.
A lot. Plenty. They lose like a lot.
It's more like a Western action. A lot of battle sort of thing.
Yeah, it carries like
Dej Loaf, they're like, try me. You know them tune now.
Yeah. But like it's how many times have you seen 3:10 to Yuma? Like once or twice.
2007, man.
And I always got
so much film need to go back and watch, man.
I had this and Batman Begins on DVDs.
I do know it was like a Lionsgate film. And they do a lot of UK stuff.
It was a big deal, you know. And I just think Christian Bale, he kept that. Because again, he's using the American accent that he used in the Batman films. So I still to this day, like sometimes get confused. Like, is Christian Bale British or is American? Because his accent is so sublime in 3:10 to Yuma, as in the other like films we mentioned.
Talk about the 2010 film, The Fighter, which Christian Bale he won his it's a 2010 film, The Fire, which Christian Bale, he got an Oscar for the best supporting actor, playing Mr. Dick Eklund, who was the trainer of Mickey Ward. Mickey Ward had 3 fights with Arturo Gatti, who sadly passed away in 2009. Arturo Gatti had fights with Floyd just called him a C-class fighter, a bum, and this and that. But the Christian Bale's, again, we spoke about being a method actor, about losing weight, but putting on weight. It's like he did yet again. He lost.
How much weight did he lose this time?
I think it was around 60 pounds again, because he was playing Dick Eklund, who was a drug addict, and it showed that Christian Bale, he was originally from Boston, so Christian Bale he had to find a Massachusetts accent.
And he pulled it off. Again, you know. They said like it was influenced by the Raging Bull film with De Niro and Joe Pesci. You know, it was influenced in there. Casino's a great film, you know. But
we'll talk about that soon.
In another vid, but like.
About this role, a lot of people don't know. Matt Damon was up for this role, and so was Brad Pitt. And even though it was considered Eminem for this role, but it kind of conflicted with his music. It would have been a different role to go down. He was on that 8 Mile.
At that time, yeah. So this movie wouldn't have fit in well with it, you know. But I think with he got the Academy Award, finally, because
83rd Academy Award.
He got the Academy Award for it, and he did really well at the box office. It grossed 93.6 million in United States and Canada. So
I remember there's even the one part like he was on the piano. I don't know why. It's like it was just like Ray J and Floyd Mayweather's house or something on the piano. On the piano, the pianist Adrian Brody.
That's the thing.
Watch that film. That film is very, very hard.
It's a hard film now, But what are your final thoughts on like the fighter, like as the whole? Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale's performances, but like as the whole kind of picture,
It was good, but I felt as though there was in the film, Eklund, he had a fight with Sugar Ray Leonard in his day, and they in the film he kind of spoke about how he floored him when actually it was ruled a slip. So that's the only real problem I have with it, because I've seen the highlights of the fight. I can see clearly he slips. Sugar Ray Leonard admitted he slipped. So that's the only thing. Just kind of bend the truth for like the younger generation, even my generation, who weren't alive to see
to actually see it. Because some people, they have to go watch the film. Yeah. They'll
watch the film and they believe that. They'll be, they think, this guy dropped Floyd Mayweather, not Floyd Mayweather. This guy dropped Sugar Ray Leonard and stuff. So that's the only problem I have with it, and the fact it's a biographical film. So that's, it's the Adrian Broner. The problem. That's the problem.
Sadly, is. Yeah, but I think performance-wise, Christian Bale knocks it out of the park. Mark Wahlberg, and all the other like boxers, who appeared in there. I think they did a superb job.
Yeah, there's chemistry. There's chemistry there, and as when Eklund was younger, slightly before the drugs, he considered to be a bit of the catch with. Gave the girls an AJ Tracy vibe. Butterflies.
The butterflies.
But yeah, man, big up Christian.
Big up the fire, yeah. So guys and girls, that is our top 5 Christian Bale films. Let me know, guys, girls, whoever. What are your top 5 Christian Bale films? It could be similar to ours, could be different. Just put it down in the comment sections, and we will, yes, we will be coming back with another video talking cinema, and this time we're going to be talking about Brad Pitt.
Moneyball.
So stay tuned, folks, for more upcoming vids, which will be coming very, very soon. And it's peace to